The greatest children's show of all time does not feature a trash-dwelling misanthrope puppet or sexually ambiguous alien babies. No, it has one of horror cinema's most iconic actors and was made by an independent television station in Hamilton, Ontario in 1971.
Hey! Please stop it.
The Hilarious House of Frightenstein is one of those, if you know things. It's the perfect piece of cult culture. 130 hour-long episodes of horror slapstick comedy for children filmed over a single year in a small steel town in southern Ontario.
I pledge by the sign of the three-toed sloth that I will do my best to do my duty, to always obey the laws of the werewolf pack.
It also starred Vincent Price.
The Oracle will tell you tales about the palms he's read.
And I'm not saying Hamilton had the bombest cush in the world in the 1970s, but this scene goes on for 2 minutes. Let's just skip ahead a minute. The Hilarious House of Frightenstein is a few things. A successful Canadian TV show, which basically never happens, that ended up syndicated in the US and eventually worldwide, although the American version was edited in half and featured a laugh track. It's a successful show from a small independent broadcasting company in a small market, which also never happens. And it's the kind of aggressively weird children's entertainment that I find it impossible to believe could be greenlit in 2015.
Gronk!
Gronk, how are you today?
Oh, just Gronk.
Just Gronk, eh?
Well, maybe just Gronk.
Just Gronk?
Sure.
Well, whatever it is.
It's only a one Gronk day, if you know what I mean.
All right.
So that's Gronk, and of course Count Frankenstein, who was played by Billy Van. Van actually performed most of the show's characters, including Griselda, the ghastly gourmet.
I was just speaking about my fellow witches. And that's exactly what they are. Witches, every one of them.
And the librarian.
Grunt, grunt goes the hog, and squeak goes the rat.
Also the iconic Wolfman, who at this point in the video is still doing this.
Mama told me not to come.
He did not play Mini Count.
Don't go away.
Nor did he play Super Hippie.
That's a heavy trip.
Super Hippie was actually Mitch Markowitz, who is the show's associate producer and brother of Riff, the guy who wrote, directed, and produced the entire show. Mitch would go on to write movies like this, that were not shot on a shoestring in Hamilton.
Good morning, Vietnam!
There's another thing that I think makes Frightenstein not just good, but the best. And it's the importance of horror in children's entertainment, like the Babadook. Ooh, I hate it. But while Mr. Babadook might not technically be for kids, tons of historically scary shit is. Starting with Der Struwwelpeter.
Baut, da geht die Tür und herein in schnellem Lauf.
Der Struwwelpeter was published in 1845 and features gruesome illustrations like some old-timey German Frank Miller comic. Only instead of teaching you not to mess with hookers, it warned children against playing with matches or they'd light themselves on fire, and not to suck their thumbs or a man would come and cut them off.
Weh, jetzt geht es klipp und klapp, klipp und klapp, klipp und klapp. Mit der Schere die Daumen auf der großen, scharfen Schere. Ei, da schreit der Konrad sehr.
In this case, horror was being used to reinforce rules through fear. But as smart adults, we know that horror can be cathartic. And for young people, it can be a safe way to explore and better understand scary and often negative emotions that you're bound to face as you grow up and your life gets progressively shittier. It's why Harry Potter got so dark, and it's why I couldn't stop watching The Peanut Butter Solution when I was a kid, even though it was straight up terrifying.
To find a solution,
You can't just come into our house, can you?
Ghosts can go anywhere.
In retrospect, it's not very scary. And neither is the Hilarious House of Frightenstein. Still, between Vincent Price's eerie introductions, Billy Van's elaborate character makeup, a national anthem that literally goes gory, gory Transylvania, it had enough horror in it for a show that also taught you proper grammar via a monster, the Grammar Slammer Bammer. In that way, the Hilarious House of Frightenstein was a safe introduction to the violent and the monstrous, two things the world most definitely is.
The castle lights are growing dim. There's no one left but me and him.
What do you think? Is horror important to children's entertainment? Am I being a crotchety old man to say that Frankenstein or a book like Der Struwwelpeter would not be made in 2015? Let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of This Exists every week. Be excellent to each other.
Glory, glory, Transylvania, as we go, stop playing.